Go. So, hi everyone. My name is Yash Jain from Inspired by Dreams Foundation, where we believe in bringing change by empowering change makers. Today, we have one such very special change maker, Mr. jd.khurana sir from Guru Nanak Dev Sansthan, with us who is working in the education sector and doing such remarkable work. Guru Nanak Dev Sewa Sansthan works in Gurgaon and mainly focus on education and literacy. Thank you, JD sir, for coming here and taking your time from a busy schedule.
It's my pleasure. I'm introduced. I'm a mechanical engineer and passed out in 1968
Yes, sir.
from Chandigarh. And the story starts about 30 years back.
Yes, sir.
Most of the time, I have been posted in government department and mostly in Faridabad.
Okay, sir.
In 1993, when I was in Faridabad,
Yes.
I had a driver
Yes, sir.
named Hemlal. He used to usually grumble that my son wants to study. He's studying in a government school.
Yes, sir.
But nobody listens. Even teachers don't come to the classroom. No homework checking, nothing of the sort. And he wants to focus on his studies. So I then thought I'll do something. I got him shifted from the government school
Yes,
and
sir.
put him in a good school. And in a span of 5 years, he became an engineer. I virtually cried the day when he came to me that I have become an engineer today.
Yes, sir.
And that was the beginning of, you can say, starting point.
That's really very inspiring, sir.
Yeah, I really, thank myself
Yes, sir.
of the God that He has given me the opportunity to serve a person who can learn, who can go ahead. Now he is posted in Dehradun. We are
Yes,
still
sir.
in touch sometimes. Okay.
So we all
Then
want to
after
thank
that,
you.
no, it's God's gift. Then when I retired,
Yes, sir.
most of the time I had been posted in Chandigarh and Faridabad. After retirement, we came to our Delhi house.
Yes, sir.
We had a house in Maltown in Delhi, paternal house.
Yes, sir.
There again, I came across our maid who had a daughter,
Yes, sir.
and they had gone to the village for about 6 months. And when they came back, her name had been scored out from the rolls, school
Okay.
rolls. You are not allowed to join.
Yes, sir.
She told me that we had gone to a village and now my name has been struck off from the rolls because she was absent for such a long time.
Okay.
Then I thought I should do something. I went to her school, talked to the teacher. He said, I'm sorry, her name has been struck off. I can't do anything. You can talk to the principal. I went to the principal. He said, I'm sorry, I can't do it. Only head of the department can do it. I went to the director of education.
Yes, sir.
He said, I'm sorry, I can't do anything. You have to go to the government. I went to the secretary. He said, I'm sorry, we don't have any such power. You will have to go to the Minister for Education or Secretary for Education.
Ji.
Then I went to the minister. I requested him, sir, otherwise हम कहते हैं बेटी पढ़ाओ बेटी
Beti
बचाओ,
bachao.
and then we strike the name of a girl who is poor and gone to the village, and we are not admitting her now back. Maybe you can demote her. You don't promote her. You keep it in a class where you feel it will be okay for you. But let her study. If not same class, you can revert a year back. I don't mind. But you let her study and see if she can work in the same class, it's okay. Otherwise, you can revert it. With great efforts, I persuaded him and he allowed the student to join the class. To my surprise, she did well in the same class.
Okay.
And was given a scholarship for her good marks. That enthused me, and I asked her, if you have some other such students, please let me know. She
Yes.
brought 4 students, such students who were not studying, who were lounging here and there.
Yes, sir.
I put a small shed on the back of my flat,
Okay.
which worked as a temporary school. And we started holding a class over there in the shed. Me and my wife would teach them. And in a short span, we had about 30 kids.
Okay. That's
We
great,
would
sir.
provide them, we would provide them books, copies, even some snacks in the place of midday meal, and it worked very well. But suddenly, DDA came
Okay.
and demolished that shed, so we could not teach them any further. I shifted from Delhi only because of these issues to Gurgaon.
Okay.
When I came to Gurgaon in early 2006, we, after 3 4 months, when we had settled down,
Yes, sir.
we and my wife would used to go for a walk,
Okay.
and we could see a small hutment where donkey laborers used to stay. On the one side, donkeys were sleeping, you can say.
Yes, sir.
On the other side, children were sleeping,
Okay.
and in between, shit was lying.
G.
I'm talking about 16 years back. That was very shocking. I mean, children staying in such an unhygienic conditions. Then we thought we should do something. We talked to the parents of the children. Can we teach them? Said, well, we don't mind, but where would you teach? I took my vehicle out of my basement parking
Yes, sir.
and established a small school, small space
Okay.
for the purpose. We had a mock class one day so that the guards may just not allow them even inside the complex.
Yes, sir.
I talked to my RWA, took their permission, told the guards, had a mock class with 4 kids in my basement parking. We would provide them books, copies, even small snacks or midday meal.
Yes, sir.
And we started that class with 4 kids.
Okay.
To my surprise, in a span of 2 months, we had 64 kids.
That's so great, sir.
And, and we could not, accommodate them in my basement parking. Anyway, we just requested another colleague who had a parking there just to allow it for part time in the morning, and we continued. But RWA said, no, you can't continue like this because, after all, they are children. They have to go to washroom.
Yes,
They
sir.
have to play. They will
Hygiene
have to
issues.
hygiene issues. They will
Yes, sir.
have need some water, space to play. All those issues.
Yes, sir.
They said, sorry, you vacate the space. You can't study. You can't, continue with them at such a place.
Yes, sir.
Then the place where we are today, we went to a place
Yes, sir.
where an abandoned building was lying.
Okay.
It had been used as a powerhouse where they had transformers, generators,
Yes, sir.
and used to supply electricity for the construction of the residency where I used to stay.
Okay.
When their job had been done, they took it, all those equipment, generators, transformers, and put them in the current residency apartments where I'm staying for power backup purposes and vacated that space. But it had long excavated spaces because they had removed all the equipment from their foundations had been dug,
Yes, sir.
and uh, it could not be used as it is. Then I asked the builder, can I use it for teaching the children? He said, well, I don't mind, but I will not spend a penny.
Okay.
You will have to vacate it as when I require. I will not give anything in writing. I said, it's okay with me. I'll just get it repaired, make it worthwhile so that the children can study there. I spent a good amount, filled all the excavations, made some small rooms,
Yes, sir.
and at the end of the day, we had 6 classrooms, one hall, 3 bathrooms,
Okay.
and water cooler, RO, and everything. It went on for 6 years.
Yes, sir.
And then suddenly, urban authorities came and demolished it
Okay.
because the land did not belong to even the builder also. He used to tip them and they would go away. But I could not do so.
Definitely,
I
sir.
had to teach the children. They said it is meant for an old age home,
Okay.
and that's why we have demolished it. You cannot use it.
Okay.
Again, after 3, 4 years, I made a steel shed over there so that the children have some shelter to
Yes,
sit
sir.
properly and do the things, study. Again, it was demolished. And since that date, we have been teaching the children under the tents.
Okay.
I had sent you some photographs also.
Definitely, sir.
We have had a small basement nearby
Okay.
where we keep all this equipment. You can say दरिया हैं, दरिया बिछाते हैं या टेंट लगाते हैं,
Yes, sir.
चेयर्स हैं, बच्चों की डेस्क हैं, बेंचेस हैं,
बिल्कुल, sir.
blackboards and all that. We keep that material in the basement, and in the morning we spend 1 hour in settling the school, erecting tents, uh, having space for studies, blackboards, tables, chairs, and all that. And school is especially after 1 hour.
Yes, sir.
After the school hours, we again demolish everything so that Hudda authorities don't disturb us again.
Definitely, sir.
And we take the material back to the basement. And when the school has been established, that space is vacated and we use as a computer lab. All the students then go there turn by turn and learn computer. And the day when their turn is to learn computer, attendance is full
Okay.
because they are very keen, and it's a
To,
novel thing for them.
to know the
Unless
computer.
yeah, unless girl or boy,
Yes, sir.
6 years old, going to have a laptop and studying in the basement.
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, that excites them.
Definitely.
So it has been going on for the last 6 years, 16 years. We have pleaded with the government because they are nearby
Yes, sir.
so many sites which are earmarked for primary school, nursery school. We have written to the government to kindly allot us that space because ultimately we are helping the government.
Definitely, sir.
All the students get free education, books, copies, midday meal, uniform, computer education, English medium. And then once they pick up, we try to get them admitted in good schools. Ex-vice chancellors come here to teach the students. Ex-CEOs come here to teach the students.
Yes, sir.
We have a young man who did his MBA from Sweden in 1978
Okay.
and now comes here for the last 14 years to teach the kids. So such kind of faculty is available to the children, and they pick up quite, I mean, early.
Yes, sir.
And once they pick up, we try to go to good schools and request them to admit them, but with a condition that neither they'll pay the fees nor I'll pay the fees. Yes, you can put them to test, and if you find them compatible with your kids, kindly admit. We don't want that on humanitarian grounds or
Yes,
compassionate
sir.
grounds you admit them, and after a month or two you may say
But
that it
based
is
on their
not workable.
qualification.
Yeah, it is not workable. He cannot, she cannot move on with our kids.
Yes, sir.
You send them out. The child will get discouraged. Neither she or he will be able to study there nor here. So you check them. I mean, make sure that the child is able to work with your kids, compatible with your studies, and then admit them.
Okay.
Like this, we have got more than 300 students admitted in very international schools or other good schools.
Okay, sir.
They get free education. Mensa is an international organization.
Yes, sir.
They check the IQ of the children the world over, if you have heard of.
Yes, sir.
In February 16, they came to our school on their own. Sir, we are from Mensa. We check the IQ of the children. Can we check the IQ of your children also? I said, why not? They said, when should we come? I said, anytime, because IQ is something which I cannot sharpen them or train them in a day or two. You can come anytime. They said, we'll come after a week. Good enough. They came after a week. We took, selected our best students, 40 best students, and they put them to test for 3 hours. After which they went to other schools in NCR, Noida, Ghaziabad, Faridabad, Gurgaon, Delhi. And after 4 months in July, they came back, sir, congratulations. I said, thank you, but what for? He said, first 4 positions in NCR have been bagged by your students.
That's
And they
really
have
very
been
big
declared
achievement, sir.
as Mensa scholars.
Wow, sir.
We will support them till they want to study. Let them become doctors, let them become engineers. We are at their back. We will support them. It was so encouraging. And after 8 months, in December again, they came on their own.
Yes, sir.
They said, this time we have not gone to any other school. We have only come to your school. Can we have another batch whom we can test? I said, why not? Then we again put up our best students and they again checked them, put them to test for 3 hours. After 10 days, they said, sir, we are really glad. We have selected 7 more students and they have declared as Mensa scholars. All those Mensa scholars were picked up by Rotary Public School and they offered them free education, uniform, books, transport,
Okay.
and some of them are still studying with them. One of them has this year passed 12th class with 89% marks. He came to school and we were so glad to see him that his father is a rickshaw puller
Okay.
and the boy has qualified 12th with 89% and he is going for BBA now.
Okay.
So we have long stories of these kids who are performing very well. And those 11 students, out of them, 3, 4 have already qualified, some are still studying. Even Shalom Hills International School, it's nearby,
Okay.
we admitted 55 kids there. Their principal came to our school to see for herself how we are conducting the classes, how these children study. And when some of the students had been admitted in her school, she called me back, "Sir, what you are doing, we cannot do." I said, "What happened?" "Sir, we are not able to give them midday meal as you are providing. You are much more ahead of us."
Yes, sir.
I said, "No, you are doing such a wonderful job. You are providing uniform, books, free education, and transport." After 10 days, she called me back again. "Sir, we have found a way out. After the class is over, we take them out through another route and give them 2 packets of biscuits daily," which can work.
Yes, sir.
It was so enthusing. An international school is teaching your kids free
Yes,
of
sir.
cost, providing all facilities, and making efforts to do more. So there are long stories like this.
So sitting here and listening all these stories, like it just make us feel that we have not even started our contribution to humanity. But what you have done to this human welfare, it's totally incredible, sir. We are that like you have encouraged so many people out there, and I just want to thank you. आपने इतना कुछ करा है. And moving on, sir. इसी से
You
related.
will be surprised. You will be surprised.
Yes, sir.
There are tests, first semester tests going on in the school.
Okay.
And to our shock, there was 100% attendance because they had to appear in an exam. Not even a single student was missing. This was a record for us to see the, I should say, the attitude of the children, or the how they take it, the studies, so much attachment that they should go forward, do something, and be successful.
Yes, sir.
It was we were surprised. Not even in very good schools also, you will not find 100% attendance on a day.
So that's a very
Due to
different
some
kind
reason
of.
or the other.
Yes, sir.
Yes. बहुत अच्छा लगता है इनको देख के बच्चों को कि वो इतने अटैच्ड हैं, इतने कॉन्शियस हैं. We are thankful to them, their parents, and the society as a whole.
Yes, sir. So, sir, as we move on, like for the past 2 years, we have been, fighting with COVID, Corona. So, sir, what are the
Yeah.
challenges you face and your school face while providing education to different, children, the underprivileged section of society?
Frankly speaking, for 2 years practically, school was closed
Okay.
because there were instructions from the government, or whatever you may call it,
Authorities.
because there were school cases going on, authorities. But during that time also, we went ahead with the humanities. We arranged meal
Yes, sir.
for about 400 people, provided them cooked meal
Okay.
from a school only, same site, everything same. And then we arranged packed food, which had rice, sugar, refined oil,
All the necessary
salt,
items, sir.
necessary item,
Yes, sir.
dry food, dry packets. We arranged, and everything, everybody, not even our students,
Yes, sir.
anybody around would, come and get it, so that they are not deprived of the necessities of life. They can continue with life in such, drastic condition, in such poor, uh, I mean, um, it was very moving for us that
Yes, sir.
at least whatever little we can do, if not education, let it be. Let them survive at least, not suffer because of such conditions. So whatever little we could do even during COVID times, we did whatever was possible for us.
So you have chosen a diversified way to, contribute to humanity. Like earlier on, you were providing education, but in the COVID scenario, you were providing food and the other necessary items to the children.
Yeah, so that people can survive
Yes,
and
sir.
move on.
Okay. So, sir, as we move on, like you have mentioned, what are the plans and what are the basically the projects you are working on currently for your NGO?
Frankly speaking, our NGO was having one eye hospital also,
Okay.
which was run near Sona. It is about 25 kilometers from here,
Yes, sir.
from Gurgaon. We had our own piece of land. We established an eye hospital there and used to hold a eye checkup camp every Sunday. Staff will go to a particular village. We had adopted 50 villages around
Okay.
so that every year we could hold a camp in each village. Our staff will go in advance, select a site, make announcements, distribute posters that an eye camp will be held at such a such place or at such a such time. We'll provide them free checkup, free medicines, specs, and if they want to get a surgery done, they ask me to sit me in my car and we'll take them to an eye hospital we had tied up with in
Yes.
Gurgaon.
Yes, sir.
One of the reputed eye surgeon, I'll give him a call. I'm coming, and with two patients, one patient, three patients, he'll check them up and, if possible, make surgery immediately, and I'll pick them back and drop them at their place. Or if he was too busy, he'll provide them lodging and boarding and do the operation next day, and then let me know. I'll pick them up and drop them back at the place. It went on for about 12 years. We'll conduct a eye checkup camp, provide them medicines, provide them specs, get them surgery done. It was all free, drop them back.
So, sir, what
But
was the inspiration? Like you have started this iCamp, or you know anyone who was in this opto field? So, what was the scenario?
actually, I told you we shifted in Delhi.
Yes, sir.
After my retirement, shifted to Delhi. We had a paternal house,
Okay.
and near there, about a kilometer or so, there was a Gurdwara,
Okay.
Nanak Pyao. Guru Nanak ji came there and stayed there for some time.
Okay,
It
sir.
is in his name, Guru Nanak Pyao. I'll just go in the evening, have a walk, have a darshan in the. I'm from a Sikh family, as I told
Yes,
you.
sir.
Guru Nanak Sewa Sanstha is by the name
Yes,
of
sir.
the organization. I'll bow down, go to Gurdwara, offer my prayers, and then they had a small room where people used to clean shoes of the people coming there.
Okay.
उनके जूते साफ करते हैं, सबके जूते
Yes,
हैं.
sir.
किसी का अगर जूता टूटा हुआ है तो उसको रिपेयर कर देते हैं, पॉलिश कर देते हैं. किसी को और भी दिक्कत है तो उसको चप्पल दे देंगे. They have got such a stock in that room.
Okay.
I'll also go there, offer my services. There I came in contact with a doctor.
Okay.
He was eye specialist. And he used to provide such services there in the Gurdwara itself, in a small space he had been provided. So we became friends.
Okay.
I used to go to his room, see what he's doing. Then I started doing it in my own house also, in Delhi house. I announced that we'll have a small eye checkup camp. I talked to him, made arrangements, distributed posters,
Yes, sir.
took the patients to the hospital where he was operating within the Gurdwara premises. He checked them, and we got some surgeries done. That prompted me to start my own when I shifted to Gurgaon.
Okay.
That was the foundation I was laid. So, and it went on. I tied up with another doctor, as I told you.
Yes, sir.
He's a reputed doctor. And it went on for about 12 years. But to my misfortune, I had a severe accident
Okay.
and had to undergo twice my spine surgeries. And now I am not even driving.
Okay.
I have been told not to drive. So that activity had to be stopped. But this activity is going on because it is very near to my place, about half a kilometer or so.
Yes, sir.
And we have been trying to get a space for our school, although we have approached quite a few authorities to have a piece of land, but in Gurgaon it is very costly. One gentleman came from USA through
Okay.
one of my friends, and that was just before Corona
Okay.
had not started. One of my friends had gone to USA to see his uncle, and his uncle told him that I want to do some charity. He asked him, where, in USA or India? He said, India. In the which field? Education, medical, old age home. He said, education. When they come along, I'll tell you. He came on 26 January 2020. We had a small cultural program in our school.
Yes,
He
sir.
liked it very much. He said, Mr. Khurana, what are you doing? I said, I'm a mechanical engineer. Oh, I'm also a mechanical engineer. From where did you pass? I said, Chandigarh. I also passed from Chandigarh. There was a good bond, homie.
Yes, sir.
And in which year? I said 68. He said, I passed out in 64.
Okay.
So, have you seen a space for this school? Said, I have seen. It is about 3-4 kilometers from here. How much they demand? I said $1 million. And can we negotiate? I said, if you have money in your pocket, we can negotiate. He put a hand in his pocket, said, I have money. Can we go to them and talk to them?
Yes, sir.
I was so surprised and moved that man is already ready with the money. And then his nephew told him, sir, it's a long job because you have to see the land first so that it is not disputed. It is within Lal Dora, or we have to take CLU, change in land use from the government authorities,
Okay.
and all that. And it's a big amount. We cannot just decide in a few minutes. You leave it to me. We'll have long discussion. You have to go tomorrow back also. He said, okay. Then I'll send you my FDs. I have my FDs here in India. And he went back, and after few days, Corona came. All schools activities were closed. He sent his FDs from Punjab National Bank to India. We went to PNB. Sometimes it was closed, sometimes it was opened. And what they said it is. So that project again, could not mature.
Okay.
Anyway, we are still moving on.
Yes,
Children are
sir.
studying, trying our best to get a piece of land so that we have a permanent arrangement and the children can get good education and good environment.
Sure, sir. So, sir, as we have talked earlier, also, like you have such a diversified plans and ideas. So, is it there any plan to take it pan India? Like, you want to connect with the other masses, for example, central, western, or southern part of the country?
Frankly, I am 77 now.
Yes, sir.
And have my limitations. I had few accidents
Yes, sir.
and surgeries had to be done. I move with a stick or sometimes on a walker.
Yes, sir.
Pan India, frankly, I cannot, take such journeys and keep a watch, supervise them.
Yes, sir.
What we want is a quality education, not just, I mean, a, you have a name, that is all, but there's no one to supervise or to guide or, take it further. We are more concerned about quality rather than quantity.
Okay.
Uh, Such good schools are offering them free services, free education, and the children are so motivated. They have full attendance. I mean, XCOs, vice chancellors are coming to school to teach them, to provide them. One gentleman came today that I want to give them some business ideas to your senior students
Okay.
so that
Yes, sir. We can start, sir.
audible, audible. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are completely audible.
Yeah. Okay, you are also audible. Thank
Yes, sir.
you. Uh,
So we were discussing the plans to take it pan India.
yeah, which I find difficult because of my health and other issues,
Yes, sir.
age, whatever you may call. We were offered a space about 15 kilometers from here.
Okay.
There also, I mean, told them that it's not possible because you have to travel through the dense traffic.
Yes, sir.
When you go on the other side, Patodi is about 15 kilometers from here. They told us that I can get a piece of land or some space. Children are quite poor and we can teach them. But again, you have to go through a very uh, traffic hazards are there. It takes about 1 hour to travel in 15-20 kilometers.
Definitely, sir.
1 hour coming, 1 hour going. So that drains your energy. And I just want that if possible, we should have a good school over here only, say a nearby locality, a kilometer half and here and there. But in Gurgaon, the land is very costly.
Definitely.
It costs millions and millions. And so far, we have not got any such financier who can offer us some space
Reasonable
or
price.
so much money. Hmm?
Reasonable piece of land.
Yeah. And moreover, CBSE requires 1 acre of land if you want their registration. If you want that you should be attached with them, they should agree. If you are teaching 10th class students, up to 10th class, you need 1 acre of land, and then they give the recognition. In all, it's quite costly affair. And let's hope uh, some gentleman comes forward
Yes, sir.
one day and does it for us. We are keeping our fingers crossed and hope something will come up later or sooner.
So, sir, as you have mentioned that you also basically take care of the eye hospital, like eye camps, weekly eye camps, and also you
Hmm.
are teach basically your school is providing education. So, how do you hire volunteers?
You will be surprised that we don't hire volunteers come on their own. We
Okay.
don't go to anybody. They come there on their own, and the son is appearing JEE in April.
Yes, sir.
She's staying here. She has come from Dubai
Okay.
for this purpose. but she comes to school first, teaches the children, then go back because I don't have to do anything.
Yes.
For an hour or two, I can always be available.
Okay.
As I told you, a gentleman,
Yes, sir.
he came to us about 10 years back.
Yes, sir.
He had gone to some other country. He is back, and now he's back to us.
Okay.
He says, well, uh, I'll give them some business ideas to senior students and teach them how to earn
Yes, sir.
while they learn. I mean, like that, there's no need for me to go to anybody. Children have enough volunteers. Sometimes, can you imagine our teachers are sitting idle because there are so many volunteers to teach the children. And they offer their services in specific. One says, I'll teach them only science. Another says, can you imagine a gentleman has got kidney problem? First, he goes to the hospital and gets a treatment, dialysis. He
Okay.
goes for a dialysis to the hospital first
Yes,
and
sir.
then comes to school and teaches the children and then goes back. I mean, such devotion, how will you find?
That's really
And the
next level
gentleman,
kind of devotion to education purpose.
we are rather moved when we see people like this. I mean, an ex-vice chancellor comes early in the morning at 8:30,
Okay, sir.
takes science and maths classes
Yes.
and teaches them. Likewise, other retired people, ex-CEOs, one gentleman has now moved to Singapore.
Okay.
If you have heard of Ernst and Young, Ernst and Young is an international company.
Okay, sir.
Their CEO, Mr. Jam, his wife, Jyoti, their
Yes, sir.
son, they'll come early in the morning on Saturdays. Full family will teach the students. And even if on the 1st of April, he'll send a check. Sir, this is due, and I'm sending this small amount. Please accept it. I mean, there are people who are retired, they value us. I mean, in a period of 16 years,
Yes, sir.
they have gauged us that they are the right people. No such corruption
Yes.
or wrongdoing. We have made an image through which people get attached on their own. A student came, that, as I told you, the lady has come from Dubai.
Yes, sir.
Her son is studying, but she comes to school and teaches the children. Likewise, another student, she's a student, but she says, I'm a science student, I want to teach them science. Uh, I'm having exam, but exams are postponed, whatever it is. So in the meanwhile, I want to teach them. People from different fields come on their own and teach the children. A gentleman has retired from Air Force. He's 76 years old. He stays about 6 kilometers from here. He's coming, 100 is going, and teaches the children.
So, sir, in this span of 16 years, the journey started from you, and now you have a very big family. So that's something that basically you have something that people are connecting with you.
That's God's grace, I should say. I'm grateful to God that He has chosen me for such a noble job, and we
Yes,
are doing it diligently, honestly, from the core of our heart.
absolutely, sir. So, sir, on this note only, thank you so much, Khurana, sir, for sharing your story with us. We wish you all the best, and we know that Guru Nanak Dev Seva Sansthan has a long way to go.
Thank you so much. God bless you. I'm glad that you have chosen me for such a job. Nice of you. Grateful to you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Welcome.
So guys, that's all for the interview. We had Mr. jd.khurana sir with us. I think we can take some amount of motivation and encouragement from him. And so friends, thank you so much for watching the video. I'm sure that this conversation has definitely inspired you. For those of you who want to connect with them, we will mention the contact details of the Nanak Sewa Sansthan somewhere in the end of this video and the description also. Alternatively, you can watch or you can reach out to us and we will be very happy to connect with you. We will be coming up with more such conversations with Changemakers. So stay tuned. If you are watching the video on YouTube, do subscribe to our channel. If you are watching it on Facebook, do like our page. Also, don't forget to share it with your friends and family members. Thank you so much from Yash Jain and the entire team of Inspired by Dreams Foundation signing out.